I gotta tell you, I love golf. It's my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite thing to talk about. It's my favorite thing to watch on TV. And I've gone so far into the golf rabbit hole as to talk to complete strangers that I've never met about my favorite golfers, my favorite golf courses, my most memorable golf experiences, to the point where they're just awkwardly laughing and smiling at everything I say, when deep down inside, with every cell in their body, they want to tell me to shut up. Do I care? Kinda. Well, one thing that golf has given me that's transcends all other aspects of why I like the game that I just mentioned is that it's made me learn a lot about life. It's made me learn about how the world works. It's made me learn a lot about myself. And I've had that same type of revelation in this class through what I created and how I created it. And it's this: the UltimateGrip golf glove. Now, what exactly is this and why does it look so strange? Actually, let me repeat that last part of that last sentence. Why does it look so strange? You know, I find myself asking that question a lot when looking at other people's creations, but you wonder, does the creator ever think the same thing? Well, I can tell you firsthand, yes. There are times where I've thought that this is so stupid. Nobody's going to take my idea seriously. I feel ashamed for presenting it to the world. And through experiencing those mental roadblocks, I've learned that there are going to be instances in my life, in college, in my future career, with my friends and coworkers that I work with, where I'm going to need to present an idea to forward a project. And if I don't stick to my original plan of writing it down once I think of it, or creating something to materialize it, I wouldn't have what I have now, which is what you're seeing behind me. Now, I created this because I saw too many golfers sick of their own game. I saw too many golfers wasting their money on PGA teaching professional lessons that costed dozens and dozens, possibly even hundreds of dollars every week, just trying to find something to give them that magic key to unlock their potential in their game. Thing is, they never find it. They never unlock that door that they could never open. Best case scenario, maybe a 2 to 3 week fix that wears off, and you're back to your old slump, back to your old ways, back to your bad plan that makes you just hate the game even more as you regress back into obscurity of bad golf. Well, I am on a mission to stop that. Now, these PGA professionals advertise this perfect swing. Thing is, this perfect swing only works if you have the ideal physique. They don't know about the physical limitations you have or the psychological connection that you have in your swing, how you believe you can best hit the ball. They don't know. This perfect swing doesn't exist. It's a huge scam. Now, there are some players that, whether you're a golf fan or not, have heard of, yes, even that caliber, that have some terrible looking swings. Don't believe me? Then take a look at this golf swing from PGA Tour professional Tommy Gainey from 2012. This guy plays on the PGA Tour. He's won on the PGA Tour. Do you think he ever had a formal golf lesson? No. And he was still able to take his game to the highest level. You don't have to drastically change everything about your swing in order to get better. This perfect swing doesn't exist, but there is a perfect way to channel the swing that you have into improving your game. And that's what the UltimateGrip golf glove gives you. Now, how does it give you that? Well, it all comes down to the design. I got this idea when I looked at this product called the Seymour Putter. It's a very fast-growing golf company, and I wondered, what's so revolutionary about this putter? What's so attractive about it? Now, it has a little something to do with that red dot. They call that rifle scope technology. Now, I don't know. I'm not that great with names, but when you line up the putter correctly, the shaft covers that little red dot. Now you see it, now you don't. See, it's perfectly straight. That's when you know you've set up to the ball correctly. And I wondered, how can I integrate that concept into the full swing? Well, the only connection that you have to the golf club is your hands. So that's what I focused on. Now, the design of the glove is kind of similar to this. Obviously, whole different mechanics, whole different appearance. The red markers on the glove, you should not be able to see when addressing the ball. The green markers, you should. Now, you can maneuver yourself around until you find that perfect spot. You worked to get there. You remember what hard work paying off feels like. You got yourself to that point and now you feel good. What PGA professionals don't teach you is how to psychologically connect yourself to the shot. Their instruction is all physical. They're manhandling you, trying to put your arm a certain place, your foot at a certain angle, and your eye at a certain point over the ball. It's just too much work, and it gets so overwhelming in such a short period of time that it wears off. It's like trying to press down a mattress as hard as you can, trying to stay down, but it just puffs back up. The effect wears off. The pressure wears off. The mattress comes back up. The swing goes back to crap. Now, you remember what getting your hands to that point feels like. You remember through a hands-free approach. Nobody's teaching you this except yourself. Nobody knows your swing better than you. And that is when you psychologically connect yourself to the shot. Now, the Velcro strips on the fingers, these 3 fingers that latch on to a sleeve you put on your club. That teaches you the right grip pressure. Now, I remember this line from a movie. It's weird how movies can teach you things sometimes. But the greatest game ever played, a golf movie. Harry Vardon was teaching this little kid at a golf expo how to hold on to the club. He said, "Don't grip it too tight, just tight enough to keep it from flying away." The guy won 6 British Opens. He's obviously onto something. And so, you get to that point where it's just strong enough to keep it from flying away, and you remember what that feels like. You're psychologically connecting yourself to the shot, and that's what this is all about. I can't say it enough. Now, one thing that I came across while doing the measurements, trying to figure out the exact hand position that gave you a square club face with a strong grip, because I prioritized a strong grip, which is when your trail hand's wrist points upward to the sky. I succeeded in doing so, but I did so too much. I overcompensated. The club face was way open and the wrist was pointing way up to the sky, almost vertical. And I thought this would ruin my design. It didn't. In fact, it added fidelity to it. How did this happen? Well, 90% of amateur golfers identify their mishit as a push or a slice. So, if you can learn how to hit the ball square at impact from an open starting position, you are guaranteeing that the ball does not travel right. You are guaranteeing a straight or right to left ball flight. And a right to left ball flight has so many benefits. It cuts through wind better, it rolls further, and it's more consistent. It goes the same amount of curvature every time, or at least more similar than a slice. And when I learned how to swing with the UltimateGrip tool and get square contact, square club face contact without pushing the ball, I knew that I could not hit it right. It's like the Pure One or PSP iron. A training iron that's much smaller than a conventional iron. If you can hit that, you can certainly hit a regular size club. Now, when I did this test on myself, and I'm a 9.4 handicap, so the average handicap in America for men is between 13 and 14, which you guys will see in a couple minutes here. But I tested how the performance was affected with my 4-iron, which is about my 200-yard club when I hit it good. Now, as you can see, my average carry distance, which is the amount of time the ball is in the air without rolling or bouncing, was 174.3 yards without the aid of the UltimateGrip. Now, with the UltimateGrip, my average carry distance went up almost 17 yards with the same club at 191.1 yards. This was huge because my ball speed was the same. My club head speed was the same. But I was still able to increase the distance that I hit the ball by almost 17 yards in the air just by getting more consistent contact. All those green numbers over 200, it's good stuff. 2 of them just outside. Now, that's not all. I tested this further. What if the Ultimate Grip could make you more accurate? So I tested it on a 214-yard par 3 playing downhill about 200. So my average distance away from the pin was 101.7 feet without the Ultimate Grip assistance. With the Ultimate Grip's assistance, it was 63.5 feet, almost 40 feet less. 17 yards more of carry and 40 feet closer to the hole for a golfer on the more experienced side of the game. Imagine the improvements that a newer golfer, a higher handicapper, could have with this. The numbers would be astounding. And I also want to note the psychological connection to the swing, the muscle memory that I'm trying to teach people through this device. Now, this was my first test using the Ultimate Grip device. The following test, after I first used the Ultimate Grip, look what happened on these last 3 balls. Those 3 balls add up to less than the entire average for one ball. Those last 3 balls combined add up to less yardage away from the hole than the average for one ball in that column, in that test. What does this mean? It means that I remembered what the Ultimate Grip felt like. I remembered what it taught me. I remembered everything in those 3 balls. In just 6, 7, 8, 9 balls, I was able to fine-tune my swing, going from numbers that would probably end up in the water or a big old deep bunker down the green. This is huge. I want this for every golfer, regardless of skill level. This will make people enjoy golf again. I am tired of watching people aim for a fairway of a hole that they're not even on, just to compensate for that big slice. Pretty soon, you get so used to doing that adjusting for the miss becomes automatic. That miss, or that process, has become automatic in your mind when you play. That bad habit has manifested itself into your game. Think about that. That is a big problem. So let's stop that. Let's use this Ultimate Grip device that I've created to stop hitting towards other fairways, getting embarrassed in your weekend foursomes, and trade it for playing the tips, making your friends' jaws drop, getting the attention of the beer cart girl. I know you gentlemen out there want that. You know you want to. Golf is a life sentence. And unfortunately for some people, they stray away after it's become too difficult for them. But that can change. It can be fixed. You can psychologically connect yourself to the shot in a positive way. Thank you.